Evolution of Ace the Bat-Hound. Ace the Bat-Hound, or simply Ace, makes his debut in the animated TV show Batman Beyond, which is based on the DC Comics superhero Batman and serves as the sequel to both Batman the Animated Series and the New Batman Adventures as a supporting character with vocal effects by Frank Welker. Here, he appears as a relatively tall, thin, short-furred black dog of a Great Dane mix, as opposed to the original German Shepherd, wearing a studded purple or red collar. Even though he doesn't possess any superpowers, he's still characterized by his enhanced senses of hearing and smell, as well as the power of his bite and general resilience. In terms of personality, he's very intelligent, loyal, brave, disciplined, and also kind and caring to his friends. In the series, his story of origin gets revealed, which begins with him being just a puppy who was sold to a criminal, Ronnie Boxer, who ran an illegal dog-fighting amusement operation and had plans for Ace as a future fighter from the very beginning, hence why he abused him and treated him badly so that he would become a ruthless and violent dog. However, on the night of Ace's first would-be fight, the police uncovered the operation and arrested the criminals but couldn't catch Ace, who managed to escape. Then, after wandering the streets of Gotham for some time, he encountered Bruce Wayne, Batman, in his elderly years, who was about to be mugged by a gang member, but with Ace's help, he defeated him and was saved, though Ace got injured in the process, prompting Bruce to take him in his home and care for him. After which, Ace developed a close, loving bond with him, serving as his constant companion, friend, and also a guard dog, a relationship unique to him and Bruce, until he got acquainted with Bruce's son, Terry McGinnis, who's the second Batman, whom he didn't trust at first, but later, after he and Terry were able to help each other on several missions, with his abilities playing a crucial role, Terry earned his affection, loyalty, and friendship. Next, Ace appears in the 2000 animated movie Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, which is the third movie in the DC animated universe and is based on the previous animated series, as a supporting protagonist, voiced by Frank Welker. In the story, he appears multiple times in the background, spending time with Bruce and Terry, until it gets revealed that Joker, who's Batman's worst enemy and was considered deceased, returned to Gotham City. After this, he takes the role of a more involved guard for Bruce, as he tries to warn Bruce about an intruder in his mansion who turns out to be Joker himself and also stop Joker but gets injured and incapacitated in the process. And then Terry takes him to their final battle with Joker, during which he plays an important role in bravely defeating one of the Joker's members spliced with hyena DNA, and later also saving Terry from the Joker by managing to distract Joker by knocking him down, biting off a metallic electrical device placed on Terry's hand with his powerful jaws, and allowing Terry to confront Joker, destroying his doomsday device and defeating him once and for all. Following Ace cameos in the animated TV show Static Shock, in the crossover episode Future Shock, appearing in Wayne Manor together with Bruce and Terry as they encounter Static, the main protagonist, who traveled 40 years into the future. Then, Ace reappears in the animated TV show Krypto the Superdog, which is based on the Superman comics and centers on the animals as one of the major characters, now voiced by Scott McNeil. Here, he undergoes a significant redesign, now being a German Shepherd with short gray fur and constantly wearing a black costume similar to that of Batman himself, with the bat symbol, mask, cape, and a yellow collar with numerous gadgets inside, as well as using his rocket sled and a Batmobile for fast transportation. With his personality also reflecting that of Batman's, he's shown to be a brilliant detective and crime fighter, as well as require recognition and respect, even from Batman himself, preferring to be called his partner rather than just a pet. In the series, he first appears in the episode The Dark Hound Strikes, where during his investigation into Joker's revealed plans to commit a robbery in Metropolis, he meets Krypto for the first time and decides to work alongside him in battling Bud and Lou, two skilled and dangerous hyenas dispatched by Joker to finish the robbery, defeating them together at the end, after which they quickly become friends and partners in fighting crime. While his biggest recognition gets earned in the episode Bat-Hound Meets the Dog Stars, in which when he first meets the Dog Stars, a group of superhero canines, he initially gets mocked by them for having no obvious superpowers. But after one of them, Hot Dog, gets kidnapped, Ace gets to showcase his great detective abilities and an impressive sense of mental power. by managing to discover that Hot Dog was kidnapped by Snooki, one of the villains, and also locate where he's being held right in time for Krypto to assist in the rescue. At the end, as a result of his incredible work, he gets highly praised by all the members who realize that superpowers aren't everything after all, especially if you have brains and courage, and accept him as part of the Dog Star Patrol. Next, Ace can be seen in the animated series Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is based in part on the eponymous DC Comics series, as a supporting protagonist, voiced by D. Bradley Baker. Here he's been changed to now being a noticeably bigger dog of an unspecified breed, though still similar to his previous incarnations, but now also with long dark brown fur and wearing only a blue mask and the bat symbol on his neck, with his personality remaining consistent with other traditional versions. In the storyline, he appears in several episodes in which he assists Batman in fighting against various villains and crime in general, as seen in the episode Legends of the Dark Might, where Batman uncovers an illegal auction organized by Catman, a famous animal thief, centered on selling a poached endangered Sumatran tiger. But after Catman finds it out and releases the tiger to attack Batman, he calls upon Ace to help, who manages to fight off the tiger and then also trap terrified Catman up on a tree, earning Batman's praise and a bat-shaped treat. Or in The Plague of the Prototypes, in which he helps Batman fight against and defeat the members of a criminal gang, the False Face Society, who intended to rob a bank, while being joined by Batman's prototype Batbot, Proto, who's revealed to be quite openly liked very much by Ace, who considers him a friend. Ace reappears in several animated shorts of the DC Nation Shorts series, in the segment DC Super Pets, which is focused on the pets of superheroes and villains, in his cartoon incarnation, voiced by Diedrich Bader, such as in the debut episode Joke's on You, where Ace is joined by Robin, who both initially try to stop Joker Fish's many alleged villainous dangers in the city, but then realize that he's just lying about all of them, due to him being just a fish, which can't actually do anything. And also in World's Finest Bark, Ace teams up with Krypto as they wait for the help from Green Lantern to stop the Legion of Superpest, but soon quickly forget their mission after Green Lantern Badge arrives and chase after him instead, because he's a squirrel. In the adult stop-motion animated series Robot Chicken, Ace is featured in the second special, Robot Chicken DC Comics Special 2, Villains in Paradise, where he's seen barking at another human-like dog dressed as a villain, Bane, who then hits him until he's very injured. Following, Ace appears in the 2015 animated movie Batman Unlimited: Animal Instincts, which is the first entry in the Batman Unlimited movie trilogy in a supporting role. Here, he appears as a metallic cyberwolf, who was originally created and used by a criminal group of villains, called Animalitia, as part of their robotic animal army, who would help them in committing various crimes, with Ace's special abilities being super speed, agility, powerful metal jaws, and steel grappling wires. In the course of the movie, as Batman and his team battled against the group, with the help from Robin, they managed to first shut down the cyber animals and then reprogram them, including Ace, to be on their side, even taking part in the final defeat of the majority of leaders in Animalitia, with Ace being by Batman's side. Then, Ace reappears in the 2015 animated movie sequel Batman Unlimited: Monster Mayhem, again in a supporting role. In the story, after Joker and his ilk of supervillains return to begin their crime spree in the Gotham City, Joker manages to take control of all electronic technology in Gotham, including Batman's computer devices, and in particular, Ace himself, who at the beginning, since the last movie, was working on Batman's side, battling against the villains and even serving as his Bat motorbike by way of transformation. But after he was reprogrammed, Joker used him to fight against Batman and his teammates, until Green Arrow managed to stop him by crushing him under a plane attraction. Next, Ace cameos in the animated television series Justice League Action, which consists of shorts based on the superhero characters of DC Comics, in the episode Best Day Ever, where, while the entire Justice League was trying to track down Lex Luthor and the Joker, he was protecting the Watchtower against invaders. In the 2018 animated comedy movie Lego DC Comics Superheroes The Flash, Ace appears now as his Lego version as a supporting guest character as part of the superhero team, helping out Flash, after Reverse Flash manipulated the Speed Force and tricked him into becoming entrapped inside a time loop in which he relives the same day over and over again, and thus gradually creating more and more disastrous consequences for the reality itself, alongside his other dog friend, Krypto, doing everything necessary to restore time to its natural course while defeating Reverse Flash in the process. Then, Ace reappears in the animated TV show DC Superhero Girls, based on the original web series with the same name, making multiple cameos in his cartoon form as mainly a minor character, voiced by D. Bradley Baker. Here he again appears as a German Shepherd in his traditional costume, but now also without it for the first time, showcasing himself as a regular dog who is now retired and owned by his former owner's daughter, Barbara or Batgirl. His only major role is in the episode Beasts in Show, where he is first seen alongside Barbara, who brags about how well trained he is to care Danvers and how much better he is than her dog, Krypto, which sparks their heated competition of whose dog is ultimately the best. For this, they decide to participate in the Metropolis Dog Show, which consists of many different trials for the dogs to test their obedience and training, with Ace going through each one perfectly and impressing everyone, until the show gets disrupted by two hyenas that ran away from Harley Quinn and started wreaking havoc, prompting Ace to unite with Krypto and defeat them together at the end by throwing them out of the building, showcasing their great cooperation skills and friendship. In the 2022 CGI animated movie DC League of Super Pets, Ace appears among the main characters, voiced by Kevin Hart. Here, he was redesigned to now be an elderly dog of the boxer breed and wear a bandana on his neck, with his story of origin changed significantly, which also influenced his personality and state of mind as an adult. Aside from his better qualities like bravery and disciplined behavior, leaving him much more cynical, reckless, outspoken, irritable, and untrusting towards others, at least at the beginning. In the story, his past gets revealed, in which he, as only a puppy, was abandoned by his adoptive family after he bit their infant daughter's arm while saving her from falling down a flight of stairs, leading to his present life in an animal shelter with various other animals, where he's been living for many years and has already lost a lot of hope in finding a new family, prompting him to one day try to escape from the shelter and live freely alone. But as soon as he gets out, he encounters Krypto, who stops him despite his feeble attempts to resist him, and brings him back, much to his disappointment. However, soon, unexpectedly, Ace and others acquire superpowers, with Ace becoming super strong and invulnerable to physical damage after a guinea pig, Lulu, who works with Luthor to destroy the superheroes, uses a piece of orange kryptonite to get powers only for herself, but instead also gives Ace an opportunity to escape with his shelter friends and later join forces with temporarily powerless Krypto to try and rescue the Justice League together, while learning invaluable lessons in empathy and understanding of each other, as well as how to truly be the best friends with others in the process, culminating in them defeating Lulu and Lex, saving all the superheroes, and at the end, forming their own superhero team, the League of Super Pets, with Ace getting acquainted with Batman himself, and after briefly sharing their very similar life stories, they quickly become good friends and partners in fighting crime, ending in Ace gaining his famously recognizable superhero attire. Ace cameos next in the animated TV show Teen Titans Go, based on the DC Comics superhero team of the same name as his cartoon incarnation, in the episode Porch Pirates, where he's seen guarding the Wayne Manor when Beast Boy and Robin, two main characters, try to distract him to take a package from his porch, only to get overwhelmed by bats from the Commissioner Gordon statue. Finally, Ace appears in the animated TV series Batwheels, which mainly focuses on the live bat vehicles and follows their crime-fighting adventures as a supporting protagonist voiced by D. Bradley Baker. Here, he appears as a puppy version of himself, having a mixed breed of Great Dane, but now also having his fur in a combination of dark blue and orange, in addition to his yellow collar with the bat symbol, while his personality remains untouched, still demonstrating a great deal of intelligence, discipline, and bravery. In the series, in addition to his many background appearances, he also has several involving him in a larger manner, such as his debuting episode, Ace in the Hole, which focuses on his origin story in this universe, showing how he began as a stray puppy on the streets, where he showcased for the first time how brave and smart he is by heroically protecting other stray dogs from Catwoman, who was plotting to lead all of Gotham City's dogs out with various dog treats and make it into a cats-only city by outwitting her in various ways and foiling her plans. Which in turn attracts Buff, a main character and a Bat Truck, who feels empathy for the puppies and decides to take them to the Bat Cave, Batman's home base, where they play together with different toys and soon get adopted at the pet adoption fair by loving people, including Ace, who's taken by the Bat family itself, beginning his journey as their dear friend and companion, after which he often plays a role of helping the Bat vehicles on their missions, interacting with other characters, and just being a delightful presence throughout the show.